There's some new research from Women's Shelters Canada that shows that phone company policies are jeopardizing the safety of people who are fleeing domestic violence. This survey of hundreds of shelter workers in Canada found that 95% that had helped people being victimized by technology abuse. So researchers say difficulties that are associated with making changes to your phone plans at major telecom companies make survivors even more vulnerable physically, financially, and especially in regards to communication. So with us this morning on why this issue is there and how we can fix it is Leah Stewart-Shepherd. She's with Women's Shelters Canada. They did this survey and a reminder to our viewers that your morning is owned by Bell Canada. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So your research was done on Rogers, Bell, and Telus, the major telecoms. What is something like a shared family plan or changing a phone number? Why is it so difficult in particular for domestic abuse?
Yeah, so in our recent survey, we did find that 98% of respondents identified smartphones as the device most misused by abusers, and 44% said that they had seen family plans misused. And that can look like a few things. It could look like, if the abuser is the account owner, they would have access to the bill. They would be able to use that maybe to track your phone calls, your activities, get a sense of that. They would be able to stop or pause or cancel your services without warning or when you need them. And they could prevent you from leaving a plan, which is what we found in our research.
Yeah, and they block communication if you are trying to leave, or they get those emails and texts sent to them so that they're following along. All three companies got back to your research team, thanking you for bringing the issue to their attention, and they've promised to look into it. So they're looking into it. What changes do you hope they act on to provide better support?
Yeah. So the report has 8 recommendations. It includes things like, making sure that there is consistent information provided, their customer service agents know the policies, they're applying them equally, because we found that different people gave different answers, and some of it was left up to agent discretion in terms of whether fees could be waived or not. So that needs to be more consistent. Fees should be waived in the case of domestic violence because the cost can be a huge barrier for folks who may not have their own credit card. They may also be experiencing economic abuse. They may not have been able to work. And the big thing about the shared plans is making it easier for someone to leave a shared plan when they're not the account owner. And so that's a huge one we'd like them to look into.
Well, and it also can become a form of control for the person who is doing the abuse to not allow them to exit a plan or be able to get something new. What other forms of abuse through technology are survivors facing that the telecoms can help eliminate?
Yeah, I mean, abuse through technology can take so many different forms. It can be, harassing DMs. It can be text messages, constant phone calls, the non-consensual distribution of intimate images. So, the phone companies and social media companies and every company that interacts with technology has a responsibility to make sure that these things are not happening on their platforms and that there are really clear and easy ways for folks to address these issues, to block someone, to document information if they want to do so, and to report issues.
At Your Morning, we've interviewed survivors, we've interviewed various organizations such as your own, and we know this isn't just a safety issue. This is a life or death issue. You've got to look at the stats. So what are some important things for people to know who are living through these situations right now?
For sure. So the first thing I'd say if someone is living through this is you are not alone and there is help out there. One resource I would recommend, we have a website, sheltersafe.ca. You can use that to find a shelter near you and their crisis number, and you can contact them. You can get support even if you are not going into the shelter. So that's important to know. We also have techsafety.ca, which has tons of resources and tips and guides on tech safety, privacy, how to change your settings, how to make sure your location isn't being tracked. So that can be useful. We do recommend if you're sort of concerned that someone might be monitoring your devices, that you use a safe device, for example, at a library or a friend's phone or something like that to access those resources, so that you're not, tipping off your abuser about that. And yeah, I mean, essentially we do hope the companies take some action on this too, because if someone is trying to leave a shared plan right now, probably the best thing for them to do is set up an entirely new account, entirely new number, and hope that the fee gets waived.
This is something where the telecoms in this country could really lead the way, ours in particular. Leah Stewart-Shepherd, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.